I spent £100 on YouTube promotions and the results were insane, but not in the way you might expect. I ran ads on my YouTube videos to see if I could bring in real subscribers, but what I noticed completely changed how I view YouTube growth. So let's break it down. By the way, I'm Nate, an Oxford engineering grad, a passionate entrepreneur, and also content creator focusing on learning and growth. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, then please do. Okay, so let's talk about YouTube promotions and the ads. And let's start with why initially you might want to use these things. And I can think of, say, kind of three main reasons why people might want to do this. And the first main reason I would say is to gain visibility quickly. So currently many people who aren't doing this are kind of relying on the hope that they will go viral with their videos. But by doing the ads, you might be able to, say, minimize that. And of course, you have to pay, but that's how most things in life work. So that's reason number one. And reason number one for me is to increase visibility. So ideally get some quick subscribers and views. And at that point, once you've got enough, then you can kind of leave it and let it naturally increase. Because currently without this, when you have very few views, you're kind of relying on going viral, okay? And that's quite a random process. That's not ideal. So sure, you might have to pay to kind of get rid of that, but that could be to your advantage. So that's number one. Then number two I have will be for your personal ego. So there might be people out there who simply want to, let's say, show people, I have 1 million subscribers, I have 1 million views because it makes them feel good. Okay. Now on this channel, on today's video, I won't be touching on this. I'm looking at more people who want to say, they legitimately build their YouTube to pursue perhaps their business and other bits and bobs. But that could be, let's say, for some people, their rationale for wanting this. And then reason number three is quite similar to number one, and it's to look more professional. So what do I mean by this? And it's the following. I've discussed in other videos this, by the way, but I feel and I have the view that many people, when they come across a video and they notice that it has very few views or has, let's say, not many subscribers, they immediately think, this is a new channel, can't be very good stuff. If it was good, it would have many more views. So therefore they click away. And I feel bad saying this, but I'm also guilty of this. I've many times clicked on a video because of a great thumbnail and then gone, this has a shoddy looking setup and bad lighting. I'm not gonna listen to it. And it's a shame because it could be great content, okay? But that's what with the ads, what you're hoping to do is to quickly, like in the first bullet point, the first method, get many subscribers and views in the hope that those kind of individuals, those viewers who think like that, can go, it's got quite a few views, I'll watch it too. If it's good enough for everyone else, it's good enough for me. So those are my kind of three main reasons why I think people, and perhaps yourself, will be looking into YouTube promotions. Right, so let me now share with you my experiences with doing these promotions. So I, over the last, say, 3 or 4 months, did 10 promotions, okay? And I paid £10 for each of the promotions, so £100, okay? And on these promotions, I clicked for, there's a few options whether you want to get more views or get more subscribers. I went for the subscribers. And in those 10 promotions, I accumulated over 3,000 subscribers. So doing the maths here, that was £100 for over 3,000 subscribers. So roughly it's gonna be £10 gave you 300 subscribers, okay? So per 100 subscribers, it was roughly £3.33. And for those of you who are quick at maths here, for 1 subscriber, it was roughly 3 pence, okay? And also just so you're aware, by the end of the promotions, rough and tough, I was getting about 2,000 views per video. And these figures, of course, they are just averages because in some of my promotions, it wasn't so great. It might have got initially 20 subscribers, I think, and 200 views, not 2,000 views. But as I did more of these, I pretty much learned a kind of tricks to make it work better for me. So for example, what happened is, what I'll do is, I'll do the promotion immediately the second I release that video. Because I think how it works on YouTube will be, is that the impressions that happen on that video very early on determine the virality of it. So that definitely helps me get more views. And actually, with the last few promotions I had, I got a lot more than 200-300. I think I got about 500 subscribers per £10. So it definitely improved. So perhaps you're listening right now and thinking, well, this doesn't sound too bad at all. Especially considering that to start getting paid on YouTube, you have to have, one of the criteria is to have 1,000 subscribers. So with my metrics there, for £33, you're gonna get 1,000, rough and tough, subscribers. Happy days. And didn't I start my video by saying that it wasn't good at all, these ads? So let me now break down these hidden issues, and there are many of these issues, just so you're aware. So firstly, it's important to look at the other criteria for you being eligible to earn on your YouTube channel. Okay, and we're gonna assume here that you yourself yet haven't hit these milestones. So the first one was 1,000 subscribers. The second one is one of these two things. It's either you must have 4,000 hours worth of viewed content over a whole year, or instead, if you're doing YouTube Shorts, to have 10 million views over the last 90 days. So you must have one of those two things completed to start earning on your YouTube videos. But here is the first issue with these YouTube promotions. The views you get from those videos that you have promoted does not count towards that total number of hours which you need to be eligible to earn and be paid. It doesn't count, okay? So, of course, this one here, you might say, it's not a humongous, let's say, flaw, because, well, guess what? YouTube does, if you look at the small print and look into it, it does tell you this, okay? So, in that regard, you know, I don't blame them. That's their choice and that's that. That's fine, okay? But now, as I will show you, it gets a lot deeper than this. Because my plan, and perhaps what you're all thinking right now, was the following. It was to use the promotions to gain my subscribers, gain a following, have those large amounts of views, and then guess what? At this point, accept that those views don't count, but that's fine. Once you've got 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, etc. number of subscribers, we'll then just keep releasing your new videos and don't promote them. So those new views you get, let's say 2, 3, 4, 5,000 views, they all count, and before you know it, you are going to be earning money on YouTube. But this did not happen. The killer issue is that these subscribers that are coming to your account, they are not real. They are not real accounts, or at least they don't act like real accounts, you know, that will subscribe to channels that they like. It didn't do that at all. They acted just like bots, okay? All these accounts which are following you are pretty much bots. And I'll show you my evidence soon, but to explain here briefly, what I mean by these bots is that, in a nutshell, YouTube, of course, wants you to pay for these promotions, right? So that they earn money. And imagine right now if you paid your £10, £100 for your, to gain more subscribers. And now you did that, and then after it ended, you got 0, or you got 1. Well, guess what? You are most likely not going to, again, pay that £10. And YouTube knows this, okay? So what YouTube will do is, it will, in the algorithm, in the code, it'll be, if they've asked for more subscribers, let's show your video, your one that you're trying to promote, let's show that video to accounts, okay, which most more readily subscribe to YouTube accounts, okay? That's what's happening here. It's very, very obvious. But why is that an issue? Because there are many accounts out there on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok, all these different social medias, that are basically bot accounts which simply just go and subscribe to many, many people for whatever reasons. Again, I'll touch on this later, but those exist. So of course, now on YouTube, there's no one there manually going, I love your video, let's show these 10 people it. It's all calculation, it's all maths, okay? It's all computer science, all code. So they'll go, right, this person wants to get more views, more say, subscriptions. Let's find the accounts that subscribe the most and show those accounts. So you have spent your £10, okay, and your videos are not being shown to the real people who, let's say, might subscribe every now and then, normally, naturally. It's shown to the bot accounts. So I'm going to now show you some evidence from my experience that backs up this claim. So before I did any of these YouTube ads or promotions, for my first, let's say, 10, 20 videos on YouTube, I was making them roughly 10 to 20 minutes long, okay? And the average view duration of my videos was, say, roughly, I'll say 3 or 4 minutes, okay? Now, that number isn't actually too high. There's reason behind this. The main reason I think I've mentioned in other of my videos. But when you first start making content on YouTube, YouTube doesn't yet know what your channel is really about, okay? So until it kind of find that out, it'll be showing your content to people, let's say, that aren't really the right people to see your content. So they'll look at it and go, not for me. Whereas as you do more videos, it gets better at finding the right clientele. But anyway, that's for a different video. But back to the YouTube promotions. So I was at there roughly 4 minutes average length view time. When I ran my promotions, take a guess right now, watching this video, how long was the average view time in those 2,000 views per video? It was between 20 to 30 seconds. 20 to 30 seconds. It went down from being 4 minutes to 20 to 30 seconds. And on top of that, bear in mind, you've got 2,000 people here. That's the average, okay? And quite a few of the people that were watching my content, or at least say that really people I know, my friends and family, they watched the whole 20 minutes or so. So actually, when looking at the statistics, there are many people that, or say the majority, that were doing it more up to 10 seconds, if not less. And what's quite amusing is, let's say for my content here, in the first 10 seconds, I hadn't even got into the content for that video. I'm simply doing my hook or doing the starting point of my video. Okay, now what you could say is, you could say, well no, that's completely fine. Just the people that were showing your video just didn't like your content. It was rubbish. They left in the first 10 seconds and that's natural. But here's why it's quite clear to me that that's not the case. Because remember this statistic. From those 2,000 views that I got from this promotion, how many people subscribed? It was about 500 by the end at least. So a quarter of the people that watched my content subscribed. And now ask yourself this. If the majority of those viewers, as I've shown you, watched 10 seconds of that video, how many people do you know, or you personally, click on a video they haven't seen before, and when the first 10 seconds, subscribe and then bounce? Subscribe without even seeing anything apart from, hi, I'm Nate. Can you see now? This to me makes it very clear that actually the idea of no, they left because they hated your content, for this scenario here, isn't the case. It is more evidence for the bot behavior. And it gets even worse. You're probably thinking, how can it get even worse than this? But it does. Because from those 3,000 subscribers I have, each time I then release a new video, there's on YouTube, when you can analyze your statistics, you can see the number of returning viewers, returning people that have seen your video for a second time. Guess again how many of those 3,000 subscribers came back ever again, even for one video? You guessed right, 0. Nothing changed. The same people coming back to my channel were, say, my friends and family, or the natural subscribers that I got before doing promotions. Not one single subscriber from the promotions ever came back, because they're bots. And that's a big issue, because remember, one of the key factors here, or the key reasons for doing the promotion, was the idea of having those subscribers, so that afterwards, when you stop doing promotions, they can keep watching your content to help you reach that 4,000 public hours of content views, so you can start earning money. Whereas I'm now showing you this technique will not work because they're all bots and they don't come back, okay? The question I'd like answered is, who are running these bots? Because one possibility is that it's YouTube itself. There's definitely an incentive there for them to do that. Because think about this. If you are naturally doing a YouTube promotion, your content being shown to people. But imagine right now, if you you upload some absolute garbage video, literally just a video of the wall for 10 minutes and you promote it. People are going to get pretty upset if on your YouTube you're getting recommendations for videos which are just absolute garbage. So it's in YouTube's interest to, I guess in some ways, not risk that happening. So by having these bots, for them it's a win-win. You might go, I've got my subscribers, they get their money, and the people who are the main YouTube users don't get, say, bombarded by bad content. Okay, I can't confirm this, it might not be the case, but it's a possibility. The second possibility is that instead it's just other people, other third-party apps that perhaps some have a thing where if you pay X amount of money, we will give you extra subscribers. I know definitely on Instagram about 5, 6, 7 years ago, that was definitely a big thing there. So it could be that. And then thirdly, perhaps more say conspiracy here, what if it was the other big YouTube channels that don't want the up and coming people to get, let's say, more subscribers, more views? So they bombard with their money YouTube with more bot accounts to try and stop that happening. Now, I'm pretty certain that isn't the case, but I thought I'd chuck that out there. But let me know in the comments which one you think it is, because these bots, they definitely exist, okay? I've kind of shown this, but which one is it? And then, finally, there's one more negative that I've seen for these YouTube promotions. One more kick in the teeth. And it's this. Once I stopped doing YouTube promotions, so a few months back, I was curious what would be the number of views that I would get without that, okay? Now, you'd expect that you get back to how it used to be, assuming that these bots don't watch the content, which I've shown. So let's say I was getting before 30, 40, 50 views, let's say, with 20 subscribers or so. You'd expect to get that many views back, okay? There was quite a sinister suggestion on online forums that I was watching with people that have had similar experiences to what I've had. And they were saying that it went much lower. And the reason being is because, again, the YouTube algorithm is very, very complicated, has many different aspects to it. And we aren't even privy to this. But the suggestion was that, let's say right now, beforehand you had 20 subscribers and you got 40, 50 views naturally. It makes sense. 20 sub account, 40 views, it's all good. But now when you have 3,000 subscribers, when that account now starts getting again your 20, 30 views, it just makes your account look extra bad. The YouTube going, this person's got 3,000 subscribers, so they should be getting, many, many views. When you don't, it kind of self-implodes and goes, it's not the very bad content. If this person's subscribers don't want to watch their content, then why would anyone else want to watch their content? So now there's no virality, no showing it to new people. And this was just a theory, okay? So I read this before I stopped doing these promotions. And all I can say is the following. Since I stopped doing these YouTube promotions, I've now got the following number of views on my videos. I think it was about 20, then 15, then 8, then 10, then 12. It went down massively. And before that, I had quite a few on 60, 200, 200. It went straight down. Down to almost less than at my initialness when I had one video online. So, I can't guarantee it. I'm still here putting out content in the hope that, let's say, 5, 10, 20 videos later, it kind of corrects itself. But this suggestion from this online forum, it does seem to be adding up. So it might be that for those of you, if you're also in the same boat, a solution could be, and I might do in the future, is to open a secondary account and at the same time upload videos to your main one and to your second one too. And assuming here there's no issue having the same content on 2 different channels. That could be a solution, but of course the sad thing there is, if you watch my other content, there's a big kind of view here that on YouTube, to try and go viral, you want to have consistency over a prolonged period of time on YouTube uploading content. So let's say me personally, I've now spent, let's say, 9 months on this channel. If I now jump ship to a new one, I've just lost 9 months there. So just be aware of that. And that's where I'll conclude on this video, that I strongly recommend for anyone who's got to this part or has listened to this video, that you don't do YouTube ads, okay? It's not the way forward. I'd love to hear if anyone has had good experiences with this, because I definitely haven't, okay? So bear that in mind, and again, if you've had this experience yourselves, then in the comments please share with me your views, whether you agree or whether you disagree.